My target? Julian Blackwood, a billionaire philanthropist whose face was plastered on every business magazine. Everyone saw the gleaming public image. I saw a murderer. My sister Anya got her death dismissed as a suicide, but I knew better. She'd uncovered something dark, a corporate cover-up, and Julian Blackwood was at the heart of it. So I became Anya Volkov, a child psychologist, and secured a job as a nanny to his daughter, Elise. The interview was intense, held in his glass penthouse. Julian, a king on his throne, his gaze dissecting me. He saw an impressive candidate. I saw the man who destroyed my family. His daughter, Elise, was a ghost of a child, her light dimmed by the loss of her mother. My hatred for Julian burned, but for Elise, I felt a terrible pity. She was an orphan, just like me, caught in a tragedy not of her making. My mission was clear. Get close, find the evidence linking him to the factory flaws and my sister's death, and destroy him. I started subtly. During our evening reports, I'd drop hints about factory closures, watching his eyes narrow. He dismissed it as business decisions, but the way he said liability sent a chill down my spine. Was that how he saw my sister? Just another liability? Late at night, the penthouse silent, I'd sneak into his study. I found encrypted files, shell company reports, but nothing concrete. He was careful, too careful. The suspense was a constant hum, every conversation a mental duel. Every kind word I forced myself to say to Elise felt like a betrayal of my sister. This opulent world with its charity galas and champagne felt like a glittering cover-up for something truly rotten. Then I pushed too hard. I accidentally left an article about workplace safety violations in his old factory on his desk. He summoned me, his face a mask of cold fury. I spun a smooth lie about researching city history for Elise, but I knew he didn't buy it. He warned me to stay away from things that didn't concern me. The walls were closing in, and my hatred was becoming dangerously visible. The breaking point came from an unexpected place. Elise, she had a nightmare, sobbing about bad men and mommy's broken car. And then a whisper that made my blood run cold. Daddy was angry. He shouted at the man with the snake on his hand, a snake tattoo. My sister's notes had mentioned a man with a snake tattoo who de-threatened her at the garage. The next day, a desperate hunch led me to his private, old-fashioned filing cabinet. Taped to the back of a drawer, a small, unmarked USB drive. That night alone, I plugged it in. It held everything, internal memos, orders to silence whistleblowers, and then a damning audio file. Julian's voice cold and clear. The mechanic Petrova is becoming a problem. She knows too much. Make her go away, permanently, make it look like an accident. The world stopped. The hatred, the revenge, it was all justified. He was a monster. I didn't hear him approach. The door opened. Julian stood there, holding a gun. I knew you weren't who you said you were, he said, his voice dangerously soft. The real Anya Volkov died years ago. I clutched the USB drive, and my sister? Did she have an accident too? His eyes flickered to the drive, then back to my face. For a split second, I saw not a monster, but a man cornered. Lena Petrova, I should have seen it. The resemblance is there in the eyes. Did you order her killed? I screamed, my carefully constructed facadering. No, he said. So quiet, so stark. I gave the order to have her paid off, intimidated. But the man I hired. The man with the snake tattoo. He worked for my head of security, Marcus. He acted on his own. He thought he was earning a promotion by being more thorough. My mind reeled. You're lying. Marcus has been embezzling from me for years. Julian continued, his gaze unwavering. He was running a side business selling our faulty parts. Your sister uncovered his asterisk operation, not just mine. He killed her to protect himself, and he let me take the blame. I found out a month after she died. Marcus is in a cell awaiting trial. I've been trying to dismantle his network quietly to avoid a corporate scandal that would destroy thousands of jobs. The foundation of my world, built on a year of hatred, crumbled. The villain I painted him to be was complex, flawed, guilty of negligence, yes, but not of my sister's murder. The real snake had been in his garden all along. Tears streamed down my face. The suspense was over, replaced by a devastating, hollow emptiness. I was going to destroy you, I whispered. I know, he said, lowering the gun. And a part of me deserves it. He looked towards Elise's room. But she doesn't. He didn't call the police. He didn't fire me. We stood there in the wreckage of our deceptions, two broken people bound by a tragedy far more complicated than I ever imagined. I stayed. Not for revenge, not for money. I stayed for Elise, who had begun to smile again. And I stayed for the fragile, impossible understanding that grew between Julian and me, a connection forged not in innocence, but in the shared, painful knowledge of our own darkness and the desperate, complicated hope for a redemption we weren't sure we deserved. Our happy ending, if it ever came, would be hard-won, stained with truth, and built on the ashes of the hatred we both had to learn to let go. Wow, what an incredible journey, right? It just goes to show how often the truth is hidden beneath layers of assumptions and pain. If you were as captivated by this story as I was, please hit that like button and share this video with a friend. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive into amazing narratives. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.